What's up, everybody? It's your favorite Jessica Drew's favorite nerd, and today we are looking at the TransformElement Black Widow. This is on loan to me from Lance. Shout out to Lance, he's a good dude. He sent me some other stuff in the past as well. Look, you know I don't usually show packaging. I'm going to show packaging a little bit here, and I'm going to tell you why. This company might be in some hot water. I'm not sure when I'm going to address this. If I'm going to address this, I'm kind of looking to see how it plays out right now. The rumor is that Black Mamba is in some hot water regarding their KO products. It's also been largely believed that TransformElement is Black Mamba. Now I say that to say this. I don't know if that's true, but what I do know to be true is this packaging and their previous pieces packaging and the Optimus packaging has KO stink on it. I don't know how else to describe it. It feels and looks design-wise like a KO. I'm not saying that they're related, not saying there's any truth to that. I don't know that to be a fact, but the box feels and looks and has the vibe that a KO product normally has. Another buddy of mine lent me something recently to take a look at. I didn't understand or know exactly what it was, and as soon as I looked at the box, I was like, this is a KO. I can just tell this is a KO. And I hit him up and he's like, yeah, it's oversized. I was like, yeah, that's just a fancy word for KO, but that's not a knock on him. I'm just saying KO boxes have a vibe to them. Vibe. But let's take a look at accessories. So she comes with her kind of signature crossbow. Oh, relax. It's actually pretty well done. We have the gold paint underneath. We have the black and red and gold paint on top. It's quite sharp, to be fair. She can hold it by taking the peg that's on the top part and plugging it in underneath, or I guess even on top, whichever way you'd like to go, of her kind of claws here. And that holds quite securely. Now, this can also separate, and you can then take this piece and use the two tabs here on the side to slide into two grooves that are in the purple parts of her thighs there, so to speak, and slide that down, and that'll cover up the head. And then you can take your leftover piece, which I had to find, and slide it up underneath the throat of the thing and have that sort of look there. And you could go with the gold, and that's it, because the thing does swivel, so you could take it out and have it like this probably, and then clip it back in and have the gold and black, which maybe is a better look probably. So you can go either way. You also get a number of sort of swap out, add-on type pieces, and I'll show how these integrate during the transformation. So let's talk about the figure. The head is on a ball peg. It's notched in the back, so you can get it all the way up. Fair amount down, swivel back and forth, and go with a little bit of confused dog look. It's black plastic with the gold paint on it. It looks good enough. The eyes are black. I'm not sure if that's accurate. I don't know too much about the show. I've seen it, but I just don't recall all the details as such. If it is accurate, then I get it. If it's not accurate, they look dead. The chest is quite pronounced, but it also has gold paint on it, and the back has, I think, black paint on this piece and this red paint on top, which looks good. Looks sharp. There's no waist swivel or ab crunch, so you're kind of stuck in place, which is the big limitation here. Also, my daughter gave me this, you know what I mean? So I'm rocking it today. She's very upset when I take it off, so that's the vibes for today. Okay, then we have a ball peg shoulder. That gets you up a little bit past 90 degrees, down and around town with the clowns from out of town. The little legs here, they do have a little bit of give to them, so you don't have to worry about breaking them too much. I would still use extreme caution. They are small pieces. Tons of paint though. We have this metallic paint on the arms here. We have the gold paint, and then we have the green paint and black paint. Like they didn't spare the brush. We have the lower arm, which once again painted to the nines, green, whatever this flesh color is, and then the gold, and I think the black is perhaps flat. Not entirely sure. Obviously, it operates. I said operously or at first. Okay, I'm just going to stop for today. Anyway, you can get 90 degrees on that ball peg, which gets you a little bit past 90 degrees, and then it also acts as the bicep swivel. No movement here. Same for the other side. Then you get T-jointed ball joints for hips. That gets you out to here. Forward and back, there to there. Paint-wise, we have this purple and gold. And you get a little bit of a thigh swivel around the ball peg, which is good enough for me. You also have those gold accents on the pelvis. We have a double hinged knee that gets you the full run and elegantly done. The kneecap looks good as well, which is a nice touch. And we have the gold metallic paint below. For the ankles, you have a toe basically tilt, and then not much of a toe tilt up, no rocker. So a little bit limited there. Once again, I feel like this company does a lot of things kind of surprisingly well, but definitely shows sort of their inexperience regarding Legends overall. But that being said, it's still a decent little figure. Size comparison wise, there she is with our two standards, the Hasbro Stunticon Legend and the Iron Factory Old Scale Blaster. So pretty much in line with those. Which, to put in perspective, kind of puts her at this height in regard to the Iron Factory current scale of one of the larger bots. So let's get her transformed. Unplug her chest, this is strange material, and I can't help but think that they purposely chose it. Bring it around to the back. Bring the head down. You kind of just get this out of the way and bring this piece up and out. And then you want to swing these arms down where this screw is right here. And you want the longer claw to be on the outside, I believe. So swing it down. Swing it down. On the top side, you want to swing her chest around here and rotate her head around, I believe. I can't remember exactly. Actually, you might want to keep it down. Maybe even like that. And then bring these legs around. You'll notice another bendable joint, which doesn't help with articulation, but kind of gets you the right shape of the insect. Same for this side. And then you can actually go ahead and swap out one of your pieces here, this pelvis piece. Tight like a tiger. Let's see there. I almost threw in the towel. Tight fit. And you can replace it with your flat black version by just sliding it right back into the same spot. I am not going to push it in as deep, so to speak, so I can get it back out, but like that. You then can add your other side pieces. The one with the notch goes towards the front. This is like a clip and a tab. The clip goes around the ankle, the tab goes into the thigh there, and you just have to make sure it's lined up properly for it to snap in. Once it snaps in, it's good to go. That one's not quite on there right. Let me see if I can get a better showing with the other one. And there is like this little spider web design in there, if that matters to you. And then let's see what we got here. And then it's just a matter of cleaning up. I think the head does tuck in between the back legs there. I'm not exactly sure. And then flip the front teeth out, which are also kind of a pain to get to. And that's basically it. I'll get it cleaned up and we'll take a look at it. And here it is in bug mode, and I think they did a pretty good job, honestly. Like, it's not elegant and it doesn't seem professional, but I think it works. It seems very like kind of fan-made in a way, except for the paint. The paint seems professional, but like the engineering and everything seems kind of fan-made. But yeah, it's good. You have the legs that they'll open and close a bit. I mean, they're just rotating here at the bicep, but like, you know, what's wrong with that? And the Black Widow sign looks good. Painted it both times, looks good both times. You got those little front teeth. The head, quote unquote, will move up and down. You can get a swivel as well. If you take that off, you can get more of a swivel, obviously. But yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think it's a cool little fun little thing. It's not perfect, in fact, far from it, and I have issues with it, but I think that the bug mode is surprisingly satisfying. Not as satisfying as a good old slam from Tiger Tracks. Final thoughts wise, let's start with the negatives. Once again, their inexperience shows. This doesn't seem anywhere near on the level caliber wise as what Iron Factory is doing, or especially New Age, but even Magic Square, Unique Toys, etc. It just doesn't seem to have the same level of professionalism, the same level of expertise. It's not of the standard. It's substandard. But that doesn't make it inherently bad. It just shows. It shows in how the engineering works. It shows in how how the articulation works. It shows. On top of that, it also shows in little things like clearances and getting like the mandibles out of the head of the spider mode. Just little things that are kind of obnoxious. It just seems novice. But that doesn't mean it's bad. Because in fact, there are some really good things about it, and let me tell you what they are. A lot of good sculpt work here. Surprisingly good sculpt work, because I don't feel like TransformElement is a company that does tremendous sculpt work. They can do accurate stuff, but like really intricate detail stuff, I don't often see it. But there is a lot of that here, especially in the biceps, as well as the head sculpt. It's also painted beautifully. So big bravo to them for that. Tons of paint and applied extremely well. But that's all I can really give this thing. If you're a Beast Wars fan, I think that you'll enjoy it, especially if you're looking for legend size stuff. Once again, maybe even the alt mode can work if you view it that way. A lot of people gave me grief for that on the mouse one. Like, it's a mouse, Mac. They're little. Come on now. Anyway, I think if you can view it that way, I think the alt mode could work, but you have a good Black Arachnia MP, so it's like, why bother? But if you're into the legends or you're into Beast Wars and you just kind of want to get them all, it's not a bad one to have. I think I like it better than the mouse, but it's still a far cry from what companies like New Age and Iron Factory are doing. They've got a long way to go to kind of catch up, but it doesn't mean it's bad. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.